Hi, good evening, Anindita. Thank
Good
you.
evening. Good evening, Santhana.
Super. Thank you for accepting for this mini podcast. And this is going to be a great conversation. I'm happy to talk to you. And this is our first mini podcast, and we are happy to have you as the first guest in this series.
I think rather I should thank you for even thinking about me, considering me to be your first guest, and I'm really feeling privileged and happy to meet you once again. And I have heard about your new venture which you have started, and hearty congratulations to you for that.
Thanks a lot, Anindita. So, just to give a little bit introduction, and then we'll go into the conversation. So, this is Santhana, and we have started a new initiative called Unity Circle. Unity Circle is a company launched for employee belongingness in today's digital fast track digital disconnected world. We are trying to have human connections, employee connections inside the company by creating micro communities called ERGs, and helping companies build communities inside the companies, having a structured ERGs in order to give HR metrics and help employee retention, employee belongingness. That is our ultimate outcome. So that's about the introduction about us. But today, you can also give a brief introduction, but I wanted to take how you are an internal communications leader, um, how that actually connects to employee belonging, that how the communication team or communication leadership impacts the employee connectedness and happiness and well-being. That is what I wanted to touch base with you and understand from your leadership lens. I would request you to introduce a little bit, and then we can talk about this question.
Thank you. Thank you so much. In fact, I'm very happy that you thought about communication, which not because I'm a communication leader, I've been there in the industry for decades. But I think communication is almost like a nerve center for any business or any function, because without communication, how do you even proceed ahead or do anything? And as we are talking about ERGs, employee resource group, it is a very new concept, I would say, in India. And of course, you are an expert in that. But we have to really understand the essence of the ERGs and how communication can collaborate with the ERGs to build a very healthy ecosystem and a culture in any company or any business. For because see, for employees, in fact, now we talk about employee value proposition, employee branding, but trust me, this I've been telling in all my to my audience or the forums where I go to speak, that employees are the best brand ambassadors for a company.
Yeah.
So what an employee can do to a business talk good about it, I don't think spending a lot of money on advertisement can also do. Of course, the marketing and sales part will be there, and how do we go for ATL and BTL, that would be there. But you know when we think of joining a company, okay, a coveted company, we generally think about the culture. Like we a business slowly grows up to a large organization. It grows up to an institution where you can call very many big companies, like we could talk about Tata Culture or many other companies. I have worked in GMR culture. So that only happens with the employees.
Very
And
well.
how you can develop a sense of ownership in the employees, communication definitely plays a very important part of it to bring the workforce community together.
Super.
And how do you do it? Of course, HR plays a major role in that, but ultimately you're communicating. Ultimately, you are conveying, which is a communication to them, that you belong here. For you, the business is running. A business cannot run without the employees, without the workforce. So they have to be felt important for the business, and they have to be productively engaged, because a very productively engaged employee can only have that ownership in them for any business,
Super.
and they would like to think about their future with the company for a long time. We have seen you know the attrition, the percentage of attrition happening in today's date. Especially, I would think about the as we were discussing that time about the Gen Zs. So they have to be given a sense of ownership. They We have to communicate to them that your contribution is far more important than your core your core work or core field. So suppose you are an IT employee, or suppose you are from the finance. Beyond that, how can you be a member, a family member of that business, of that company?
Super.
Then
Yes.
a company grows into an institution, a business grows into an institution, I'm sorry, an organization, and then into an institution. You can always call a a company an institutional. When we talk about, it's a very big thing to say, it's a macro level, and that cannot happen in one day. So these ERGs which you are talking, it has to be a collaboration, bring everyone together through communication of ideas, of thoughts, innovation, and how productively you can contribute to the business other than your core functions.
Excellent. Very well articulated, and that shows your decades of experience in this space, communications, and also the employee belonging. You said something very, many questions have arisen for me. So, you said something very powerful. Communications is the nerve center of the organization. So, that's a powerful statement. Relating to that, do you think today organizations are using effectively the communications for the employee connectedness, employee empowerment, employee happiness, employee well-being? Are the companies effectively using communications towards these aspects?
Here, I would like to mention something with due respect to many companies. Uh, the concept of corporate communication is still not clear with many companies or leaders. Corporate communication or communication per se is still considered to be just a support function. But the power of it is yet to be articulated. I think the onus is on us as leaders to the management or the companies, how powerful it can be in creating the brand equity for the company, bonding, or employee value proposition. Your employee stays there. I many generally I have faced this problem. I would call it a problem in many of the discussions that, okay, so HR communication is just a support function, but even heart supports your living, right? Your life, right? Each and every organ does. So that's what I said. It is very important, and many times corporate communication becomes very important. I have faced it myself in some companies. When there is a crisis,
Okay.
then suddenly everyone thinks about corporate
Company.
communication. No, it is a very sustainable function, and it is a very ongoing function. There cannot be an end to it. Maybe you cannot you can it cannot, maybe it is not in your PNL, or you cannot do a tangible calculation about it. But the value, the function, what it has, it is immense. So first, leaders or many companies should develop the maturity of understanding the function to make full use of that function.
Perfect. No, I think it's growing right now. HR itself was a support function for many years. Now only it's being understood, and it's being HR are being included in the strategic decisions, and then now they are being involved in the initial part, and then they are in a very leadership positions, and they are leading the companies. The corporate communication is also in the same boat. I think. I
Yes,
think now
yes.
it's emerging and it's all coming through. But
No, it is not emerging. It was always there. It
always
is
there. No, no,
maturing, I would
sorry.
say. And I think the thought process of people are maturing. And as you said, that HR is always in the leadership. Like as a leader, I have always been in the strategic group or leadership team of the head of businesses, whether it's the CEO or MD. I was always part of it, and that is how companies think about corporate communication. It's very nice in today's date, and they are into the I would say the cabinet of the business head, because it is like a doctor. And I always used to tell the other departments that tell me your problem so that I can create an SOP or a crisis manual before things can go wrong. Because to understand, you have to tell me what
You
is
need to be informed. Yeah.
yeah, what are the symptoms, so I understand that, okay, so what is the main problem, what is the disorder or disease is, to resolve it.
Super. Thank you for that. So one question I would like to ask: how how the corporate communication can work with the employee resource groups to make this revolution, this unity circles revolution, where we are trying to get the belongingness in the company, the well-being in the company. How these two divisions, or the employee resource group, which is the employees' strength, with the leadership of the ERG leaders, supported by HR, obviously, in both the cases, but how corporate communication can work with this ERG thing and make this revolution.
Yeah, because see, each and every strategy what you develop for the ERGs, and ERG, when I'm talking about it, is ERG is at a very apex and macro level. It is not the small activities which do many businesses they call ERG groups, but it is not so. They are of a very matured level. So to seep in that idea into employees, because they are not only contributing to the business but also to the society at large, to the entire ecosystem of, why not the company, why not the country, why not your well-being. See, it is your intellectual stimulation also happening. So these ideas have to be inculcated in the communication strategy or the package to the employees, making them convinced that it is not only you're doing just an activity or an event, but it is, and you have a bigger ROI for your well-being also, your mental wellness also, your physical health also, your intellectual development also, which can further take you to a higher level in your career, if you are aspirational to what you are dreaming to be in life. So start it from here. And each and every, see, communication again, it's continuous. So there cannot be a start and stop to it. There can be a start but not a stop. It has to continue. Sustenance is very important. So each and every packaging of that event, the communication should be, the brand element should be there, the as per the brand guidelines, the language, the audience which you're catering to, the language has to be I would say customized a bit to suppose it's a, like, a very traditional company, promoter run company, or to the Gen Z's of an IT crowd, language has to be a little different. So these are the I would say the strategies. Because I'll tell you something important. Communication is a blend of art and science, which is creativity and strategy.
Okay,
Okay, so both, the amalgamation, the unity of both has to come together
very nice.
in the communication module or whatever you say, and then circulate it to people. And they also to be, should be trained how to communicate,
Mm.
how to address the external stakeholders. Because see, when you are going and appearing in in any external forum, or you're going as a speaker or thought leader, you are not going alone, you are carrying the company brand with you.
Right. Yeah.
So that has to be very matured and chic and really there, so that people say, oh, you've come from Unity Circle, or people can tell me, oh, you come from EY. Oh, it shows. That is what the power of communication is.
Superb. Thank you for that. And I would like to ask the last question. There are two parts to this question. One is, um, what is your opinion about employee belongingness today in the companies in general, in GCCs especially? And second part to that is a special answer about Gen Zs. What is the belongingness of the Gen Zs today, and why they are leaving? I mean, I'm just adding one more point there. Why they are leaving sooner? There are two parts to this question. What is your opinion today, especially in GCCs?
Okay, so I'll be very honest with you. My experience with GCCs is not that long, but whatever I gathered, and also what I gathered being a mom of a Gen Z, I think, their the level of attention or focus, uh, good or bad, I am not going into that debate. I think it's very instant. They want instant things to happen, quick things to happen, instant gratification, instant recognition. So that is a bit difficult. it, you know okay, you can play a video game and you can win a game, but in real life, in your profession, it is not possible every time. So we have to be, I think, a little more patient with them. Now, if you ask my son, he would first say that, why aren't you patient with me? But as leaders, we have a different cloak which we wear, right? So we have to be a little more patient with them, and we have to first, again, I would say that the company culture should be there to make them understand that this is the culture of an organization and you are part of it, you are part of us. The sense of belonging, that you are here to stay, we have plans for you for the future, you have a future here. So those, through effective communication, if you can communicate, and again, which I would repeat, we can keep them engaged. And the brand equity of a company, of course, is very important. It plays a major role. Like here, when you're talking about GCCs, what I have studied is, many companies, maybe the company, they have a different culture, but when it boils down to the GCCs, maybe there is a different, because the crowd is different, the audience is different. Okay. And also, many GCCs, they don't have the uh, direct PNL. So everyone, they report to someone at a different level, where the maybe the business head is not directly involved. There are different functions, not all coming in together to someone. So I think the unity, unless it comes, it is very difficult to keep the retain the employees, the Gen Z especially. And HR has a far more, I would say, bigger role to play on retention policies and strategies.
Yeah,
Retention policies are very important. See, a salary hike, we have seen, it doesn't really keep your employees back, especially the young crowd.
yeah, not just
So,
salaries.
what
Yeah,
is that they want?
yeah,
They should be, uh, they should feel that I have a role here, I'm productively
yeah.
engaged.
You connected to the purpose
You
of the
have
company.
connected, what is the purpose? And everyone, very right word which you have said, not only in your your professional space, even your personal space, everyone, each of us should have a purpose to live.
Hmm.
Just getting up in the morning, going for a job, coming back, watching a movie, this is not your purpose. It can be anything. It can be a pet community, it can be completely health and well-being, it can be diversity, inclusion, some purpose you are living from. So these Gen Z's, they have to be taught, if I may use the term, that there should be a purpose in life, and we are giving you an opportunity to
Yeah.
have that
And
purpose.
these ERGs, and the combination of the ERGs and the communications will actually contribute to the culture of the company. Yeah,
Lot. Not only contribute, they can develop a different culture altogether.
yeah. The
Because
impact on
the
the
ERG
culture.
should not be just the namesakes. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I somehow feel that even the ERG leaders, you need not go on the hierarchy.
Huh.
You should go on the metal of that person.
Okay.
You know, for being a leader, you can see leadership qualities in many junior or mid segment employees.
Right. Yeah.
They should become, they should be
Any employee should
welcome
be able
to
to become a.
be the ERG leaders. Take
Yeah.
it forward. The
Yeah.
site head or the head or business head, whatever you name it, the nomenclature is, they cannot be solely responsible.
Yeah. So ERGs has to be run by the employees, and it doesn't
Absolutely.
matter what part of the hierarchy they belong.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what
Yeah.
is the leadership quality have, what is that purpose that person has. So, I mean, maybe it will be too much to say, but there should be a psychometric test done for people before they are chosen to be RGHs,
Yeah.
honestly speaking. Because why? Because then they are donning a very important role of being a leader to push forward a culture, to develop a culture and push forward a culture.
Yeah.
They have a very bigger role. So
Absolutely.
that is very important.
Yeah, ERG leadership is different than the normal managerial leadership, where this is more of a
Absolutely.
community leadership. They have to
Absolutely.
inspire, they have to have a
Yeah,
vision and make an impact
absolutely.
and contribute to the
And they
purpose of
should
the
be given
company.
a free hand to think, innovatively
Yeah,
and
there should not be any
executive.
hierarchy here.
Yeah,
It has to
no,
be
no,
free.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no. No, I am so and so. But what I can do should be considered.
Super.
What is the
And
contribution?
you would like to say any final words um, on I'm sorry, communication, belongingness, and ERGs and Unity Circle. Do you want to connect and say anything?
Connecting the dots. Okay. I don't
I'm
know
just
whether I
giving
can do.
keywords, sorry.
I don't
But
know whether I can connect so many dots. But then, okay, for communication, I would say, we communication professionals, we always say that the art of communication is the language of leadership.
okay,
Okay. So, mm leaders should know how to communicate.
perfect.
Leaders should know how much to communicate. Now, okay, I'll just refer to one quote of George Bernard Shaw.
Okay,
He once said, just few words may go here and there, that the biggest illusion about communication is that illusion has taken place. So we don't even know what we have spoken and how that has affected an employee's sight, employee's mind, employee's heart. We
okay,
have to be humane. The personal touch should be there. If something you want to convey, you should know what to convey and what not to say. So, more than what you should say, communication is all about what should not be said.
perfect.
That is very important.
Because that,
Now,
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, what was your next? The second dot was unity circle?
No, connecting to that, basically, I was trying to say, leaders' communication should also touch the humans. Is what is a
Very
very
important.
important takeaway.
Very important.
Um,
In this IT world, IT revolution, in this AI, uh, I don't know whether it's a balloon to be burst. I don't know. It should not be, because there are lot many benefits
no, no, it
also.
is here to stay.
It is
In my
here to. It
opinion,
should
yeah,
stay.
yeah,
Like how GCC should stay. Yeah. Uh, I feel that we are losing the human connect at times. Leaders should always remember that in mind, that it's not everything is not about technology or AI when you're running a GCC, but also the employees.
right,
Just
perfect,
I have worked with a client, GCC client. So I have seen some very beautiful people where they are so friendly. The moment you enter, they smile even if they don't know you. We go to the pantry and we have a cup of tea. We just exchange pleasantries. Hi, hello. It doesn't take more than a few
amazing.
minutes.
Small things, but big,
Small
big
things.
impact. Yeah,
Yeah, like chai pe charcha, as we were speaking.
exactly. Yeah,
Your blog, you already said.
absolutely. Yeah,
In the lift, which you elevator, you very rightly said that just entering elevator, you don't have to know the person. Just say hi, hello, good morning,
smile.
have a
Yeah,
good day. More than enough. Your day is brightened up. So I think that is very important, that they, and I would not say leaders. Now, see, you know what? Uh, there is a difference between a boss, a manager, and a leader.
Okay.
Okay, so many people can be a boss or a manager, but to be a true leader, you should first develop the leadership traits. Nowadays, we all talk about servant leadership. Important, important, very important. So leaders, it's a lot of responsibility on a leader's shoulder, which we put in, or even as a leader, I think I should have. I'm not successful every time, but then we should know how much to communicate and how to keep the entire team with me. That it should be important. And unity circle, the concept, what you have come up with, I think it's way ahead of time. Only, as I said before, others pick up the idea, have a IP, right? And I think it's a long way to go. And this is exactly what companies, or especially GCCs, will be needing. I would say, I should use the word,
Okay, thanks for
from
validating.
you, from the package you develop for the ERGs, the essence of ERG. It is just not the monthly activities and a tick mark, the
Yeah,
laundry
it should
list.
not
It's
be
not a
just a
laundry
checklist.
list,
Yeah.
not a checklist. So it's a far fetched idea. I wish you all the best. I would love to be part of it. And I think it's a bright future you have.
Superb. Thanks a lot. I'm very happy today to invite you and having this conversation. Thank you for accepting this mini podcast and first podcast in Unity Circle. I really appreciate your time here, and thanks to our camera woman Surya. Thank you very much, and thank you, Anindita.
Thank you. It's a privilege. It's an honor. I would say I'm feeling little emotional that you thought of me for the first podcast. And thanks a ton, Surya. Make sure I look good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.